All right, all right. Welcome to the Elite 100, everybody. Hopefully, you guys are having an amazing week, an amazing life, an amazing year. We had an absolutely amazing week, and I want to just share a quick one. Most of you know that my amazing, beautiful unicorn kicked butt, took first place after about 10 or 12 weeks of pretty focused hard work. And, honestly, I look at it from what we teach, right? Spirit, intellect, and body. She's very studied in the industry of fitness and health and kinesiology and training, personal training. So there's an intellectual side. Spiritually, she's been visualizing all along for the past 12 weeks. And then physically just doing the damn work, right? The diet, the exercise. If anybody here has ever competed or trained, I know Lenny's operated at a very, very high level in triathlons. It's no joke. So my win for the week to kick us off was that. Why don't we start with a couple of more, and then we'll read the mastermind principles. Dan?
So my win for this week is kind of a simple one, but it was fun. I recently started going to a wellness center in my community and receiving infrared treatments. I won't go into what that's all about, but you lay in a bed to get a treatment. So the woman who runs it, I had a conversation with her after my treatment. Told her 15 minutes what I do. And then I said, well, tell me more about your business. And she has 4 locations. And she had a kind of a worried look on her face. And I said, what's wrong? And she said, well, one of my 4 locations is just not performing. It used to do well, and all of a sudden the clients have dropped off. I said, do you worry about that? She says, I think about it all day long. I said, hey, how about if you stop thinking and worrying about it and just say to yourself, an abundance of clients that I can really serve are coming to this center. She said, okay. She called me the next morning and said her team called her from that center and said, what's going on? What did you do? We had 5 new clients today, and we've got them calling all morning long. So obviously it was a great win for her, but if you know me, that was a big win for me.
100%. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Nelson, you got a win, brother?
I do. I just got a call this morning from a large manufacturer customer. They're a customer now, but I've been working on them for about 5 years, and finally got them to sign up. So huge win this morning.
I love it. That's also got to be a win from a main man, Chris. I love those multiple wins. It's just like if anybody in my company has a massive win, I'm like, well, that's a win for me too. So cool. Who else has a win? Eric, you got a win, bro. What's up?
Right. My win is I just had a great meeting with my team just a half hour before we got on here, and everybody is completely adopting to the new way of things, and that's taking what we're learning and applying it. So that's my win. Everybody's totally welcoming what we're doing now. It's awesome.
I love it. I know you have another win though.
Oh, not yet.
It's as good as done, isn't it?
It's almost. So I'm looking at buying a 40-foot boat. And that's, it's gonna be a win. It depends on if I even want this boat. So that's happening.
Love it. Corbin, what about you, bud?
So, my win is after our a one-on-one session with you, Brian. My wife has agreed to go through the TIR. Having a little bit of issues getting into that rhythm, and so I may need to solicit some help from you there. But
yeah, 100%.
Getting her to commit to that at all, was just such a massive step. And I think that having dinner with Chris and Erica in Dallas was a big deal. She got to understand a little bit more about it and open up a little bit more, and lots of room to grow. But
it's the beginning, right? It's a fresh new start.
Yeah, just that baby step of getting her to realize that it's not just all foo-foo, that there's actual science behind it, and that she's capable and able to take the steps. So that was a big win.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Anything I can do, as you know, just let me know.
Yeah.
Chris, what about you, bud?
See a couple fellow Elite 100 Mastermind members in person. It's always a win. So last week at another Mastermind, got to see Corbin and Dave Van Hoos, both a little bit while we're there. We're all busy, so we didn't hang out a bunch, but that's always a win when you get to hang out with fellow members when you're out of town somewhere else and you get to hang out with them. So that was awesome.
Yeah, that's
and
always
Dave,
cool.
And Dave, I didn't get to see Corbin because we had to leave early, so I apologize. I didn't know he was going to be speaking, but Dave had a fantastic presentation.
Oh, he
thanks,
always
man.
does. And Corbin loves every single one of them.
I've got something to share on that note. And
Sure.
yeah, it was awesome. So opportunity to speak at Power Room, which, you know, typically good quality people there. Put a whole new presentation together, delivered it. And I asked a promoter, I said, who are the 2 best speakers at your stage and who are the 2 worst? And it was interesting. I was on as the best, and the second best was my student Stan.
Oh, cool.
Stan Pageant, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah, I know Stan. Stan's awesome.
Yeah, so Stan was an attorney. So for any of you that have any fear or doubt about public speaking, Stan is an attorney who I turned into an amazing speaker. So it only took 3 days.
Yeah,
So that was cool.
Stan's a gangster.
Yep. This weekend, I'm doing my spiritual retreat, our certification to teach people how to become energy workers. So that's going really cool. And then I've got my mastermind and my event, which is basically almost sold out. So that's really cool. I got some great people coming to that. And then I decided that I met Guruji from India. I started setting up spiritual centers, Brian. And I was told by her that I would open up centers in the United States in the light. So I'm launching a 200-acre spiritual retreat center, which I'm putting together, where it's going to be, there's going to be a main building with all the best technology from hyperbaric chambers, stem cells, sound therapy, all that from my sports medicine background. And then I'm going to have a spiritual place where I'm going to be selling plots of land for that the students can live on the center. So
Very cool.
I'm going to be launching that January 1st of next year. So that's my next big project.
Awesome. Well, if you need a hot seat when you want to launch, just let me know. We'll schedule it in.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Michael, what about you, bud?
So I've been dating off and on for the past year, and I realized that it's been sucking me dry with my energy. My focus is going where it should not go. And I've
No pun intended. Oh, I had to say it.
yeah. So I was like, you know what, I'm taking
Sorry,
a break.
guys.
I'm taking a break from this for a while. And I remember telling my mom this a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I'm just going to be single and alone for a bit and focus on work because it's taking me all over the place, and too much. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. And my focus was going everywhere. And it was showing in my results. And I was aware of it, and I just wanted to stop it. But we also didn't really want to be alone. I just wanted the right person. And so, I meditated on that. I was like, I'm going to wait until I find the person that just hits all these boxes, right? I wrote out what I wanted, what I like, and I'm just not going to settle. I don't agree with settling in life or any type of compromise, on the macro picture of life of what I want. 2 days later, I went to Tulum. My friend introduced me to this girl. She fit every single box. But the craziest part about it was not only did I find her like that, and it's been just amazing, but I asked her what she did for a living, and she raises money for hedge funds. So we're actually now working together. So it's absolutely mine. She's been in the business longer than me. So,
Wow.
And that gives her the ability to travel. It gives her the ability to, not have a 9 to 5, and are also, making 7 figures a year. So it all worked together, but it was just mind blowing how all of this stuff fit through. She also had the same picture of a house on an island that I had on her vision board. So we had the same exact vision. So pretty awesome.
Wow. You know, it's funny. We say things like it's mind blowing how this works, but that's exactly how it works, isn't it? You know, I think we relate to.
Cool.
Yeah, it is. It does blow your mind, but that's exactly how it works, right? If we let go and let God, if we hold that mental image of what we want and we release as to how it's going to happen, usually happens. I mean, Laura and I's connection is like, I never could have said, oh, I'm going to go here, meet this person who's going to introduce me to that person, go to Florida on a yacht. It's just, you couldn't plan that, right? And it sounds like the same with you. It's just a series of circumstances.
People are like, oh, well, I'm glad that you found her. And I'm like, well, I didn't find her.
Attracted.
It attracted it to me, right? We both met and we both live in Miami, but we met in Tulum randomly. You know, we wouldn't have met here with different circumstances. And what it is I just became the person that I wanted to be and what I wanted to attract in my life. And that's the person that I brought.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Congratulations, brother. Checking that box to me is the biggest one you can check. So congratulations. And on that note, would you like to lead us forward in the mastermind principles?
Sure. I release myself to the mastermind because I am strong when I have others to help me. I believe the combined intelligence of the mastermind creates a wisdom far beyond my own. I understand that I will more easily create positive results in my life when I am open to looking at myself, my problems and opportunities from another's point of view. I decide to release my desire totally and trust to the mastermind, and I am open to accepting new possibilities. I forgive myself for mistakes I have made. I also forgive others who have hurt me in the past so I can move into the future with a clean slate. I ask the mastermind to hear what I really want, my goals, my dreams, and my desires. And I hear my mastermind partners. Can you scroll up? Sorry. And I hear my mastermind partners supporting me in my fulfillment. I accept, I know, relax, and accept, believing that the working power of the mastermind will respond to my every need. I am grateful knowing this is so. Dedication and covenant. I now have a covenant in which it is agreed that the mastermind shall supply me with an abundance of all things necessary to live a success-filled and happy life. I dedicate myself to be of maximum service to the world and my fellow human beings, to live in a manner that will set the highest example for others to follow, and to remain an open channel of God's will. I go forth with a spirit of enthusiasm, excitement, and expectancy.
Awesome. Thanks for that, brother. And we got a jam-packed day today. Michael's going to continue forward with his ERC revenue stream that we can all participate in. But I've talked to a lot of you guys individually. I wanted to spend about 10 or 15 minutes here going over the gold fund, the trader's domain. As many of you know, a few months ago, when they completely shut down to new investors, I was like, shit, you know, what about new Elite 100 members? It's such an amazing revenue stream for all of us. So we went to work kind of networking and trying to meet some of the people, and we ended up getting to the top of the food chain and the people that actually own trader's domain. And long story short, what I've done for the Elite 100 and the Matrix is really negotiated what's called a master account. So anybody in this account is looked at as one entity, right? So if we, and I've talked to a lot of you guys, if we pool everything under sub accounts that have their own MT5 logins, so nothing changes there, we look like one entity, one withdrawal a month instead of 30, 40, 50, and eventually when we're 100. They just absolutely don't want to deal with that stuff. They're not dealing with $100,000 accounts. Matter of fact, if you go to trader's domain and try to create an account, you'll see that they'll do it for a 15-85 split, 15% to you, 85% to them. So they're really just discouraging small time people. Their hedge funds are coming in with 100 million and up, so they like those kind of numbers. We created a shell company called Axiom Capital. It's just an LLC in between the Matrix and trader's domain to run this through. And the benefits is we're going from a 50-50 split, which you guys have now, to a 55-45, right? 5% more to you guys, still 100K minimum. So there's a 5% more, which is good because we told them we would get to 10 million really quick, and we will. Just from having everybody in there, we're going to get there pretty quick. So they were okay with that. So if you get to 10 million, we'll do this. And then when these sub accounts hit 1 million each, which they will over time, you can go to a 60-40 split. So we're going from 50 to 55 to 60 over time. And then the thing that I'm most excited about is our ability to affiliate market this if you want. Now, that being said, I don't want you guys going willy-nilly crazy, just enrolling everybody into this thing, right? We want to use our heads, like-minded people, savvy investors, not somebody's last 100K, not somebody that's a negative person. Like, we don't want to replicate what we've done in the past and just, right? I would much rather have you guys bring them to me and we can do like a little three-way interview. I just don't want it to be anything other than positive and people that know what the hell they're doing in investing and they understand risk reward, because the reward is at the highest of high in anything we've ever done, right? And the risk, I would say, is medium. We know who the trader is. We know the founders of Traders Domain. So we know the people that created it. So we've gotten to a lot of the due diligence and understanding who these people are. That being said, like anything else, I mean, something could happen to him. He could stop trading tomorrow, but the accounts don't go away. It's just your money, you do something else with it. So the benefits of this or that, we should have faster withdrawals. This 20, 30 days you guys have been dealing with, we should be able to get it within 7 to 15. That's what we're told. So we have closer transparency there. Let's see. The affiliate program, like I said, 5% for you guys if you know people outside of the elite. Anybody in the elite 100 is going to get 5% better across the board for everything. So if you're referring people outside, they're going to get a 50-50 split. If they're in the elite, it'll be a 55-45. Like, I always want the elite to have some more benefits. And to be an affiliate, you need to be in the elite as well, because we're going to be training and being transparent, and we'll have a chat group like everything else. So I don't want this to go bananas crazy, but I do want you guys to, if you want to, have another pretty high power revenue stream. I did some numbers with a couple of you guys, and referring one person a month at 100K, after 12 months, it's 1.2 million, right? Well, that's 60K a month in commissions, compounded. That's not to say if you put the 60K back into your 55-45 split. And if you follow that out 12 more months, it's 1.5 million a month in commissions. So this is the way that a lot of affiliate people get really wealthy really quick. And we're gonna have paperwork on this too. Hey, Chris.
Do you guys have a presentation deck or something like that where we can learn more about it?
We will. I'm going to create a presentation deck for you to show other people. But so there's like step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1 is to roll all of you guys that want to into the new platform, October, like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, the first week of October, because we'll get to the end of the month. They'll take their revenue split, your accounts. It won't be like in the middle of the month. So the first thing is to move everybody over that wants to. And then the second thing would be to get you guys the right materials, the right information, the right legal forms. I have a legal team that I've hired to make sure that everybody's transparent, everybody's accredited investors. You're assuming no risk. Like, this is something you'll give those people, they'll read it. So I don't want you guys assuming any risk. I don't want to assume any risk. I just want to help people. So we'll have that whole package. So step 1 is to get everybody here established in your own accounts. And then step 2, probably a few weeks later, anybody that wants to be an affiliate, we'll have some good materials, some proper legalese and DocuSigns and things of that nature. So and for those who are interested, I think most of you are, just ping me and I'll do a little step 1, 2, 3 at the end of the month. It'll just be let the account settle out, remove it from the existing subscription. We'll have a new account number, and then it'll be just a crypto transfer. I don't think we'll lose. You might lose 1 day of trading, but you'll pick up 5% more that month. And if you guys saw what it did the other day, it was over 7%. It's pretty cool. So what are the questions you guys have?
Brian, if we want to add money right at the beginning of the thing, is that going to be possible?
Yep, 100%. So what we'll do is we'll sort of roll it over. It's going from Traders Domain to Traders Domain. It's just a different account, from individuals to a master account with sub accounts. That's what's happening. And like I said, because we're being looked at one entity, that they only have to deal with one entity, we're getting the higher percentages. But yeah, after the account is rolled over, anytime you can add money. The withdrawals would just be once a month. So that's a little bit of a restriction, but they were taking 20 to 30 days anyway. So I don't really look at that as a restriction. We should be able to get it, we're told, within 7 days. So if you guys want to do withdrawal, just submit it before the end of the month. We'll process it, from the 1st, and hopefully that first week, that should be, we're told it'll be a lot smoother because we're getting rid of a lot of the middle stuff.
Brian,
Mhm.
you mentioned about an extra 5% if it's over $1 million.
Yep. When each of your sub accounts, if they tick over 1 million, you go to a 60-40 split. Which is we'll be there right away. A few of us will be there right away.
How do they tell which sub account hits that $1 million?
Every sub account has its own MT5 login. So you will all have your own sub account with your own MT5. You can see every trade every day. None of that's changing. It's just the way we get money in and out is changing.
Will our affiliates still have the 50-50?
Yep. So
Okay.
if you
Even if they hit $1 million?
if you enroll somebody outside of the elite, they'll get a 50-50 split.
Even if they hit $1 million, it stays at 50-50, right?
Yep. Yeah, they don't get 55 or 60. Those are Elite 100 benefits, and they can't be affiliates either. That's all because you guys are here. Because we've been with each other for 2 years, some of us now, right? And we just want to maintain, just want to maintain this thing a little bit. Plus, we want to attract quality people into the Elite 100.
Well, Brian, so which of that 5% is coming from? Is it the 50 from the investor side or from the trader side? The referral.
The trader side.
Okay.
It's not coming out of your pocket, yeah. Yep. It's not coming out of your clients either. It's 5% of, so like I said, I did the math with it. If somebody wanted to refer one person a month at 100K, it's 1.2 million. And by the end of 12 months, that's 60K a month cash flow. So you could literally just take out your referral commissions, let your main account grow or whatever. It gets pretty big, pretty quick. Again, only if you like doing affiliate stuff. It's not something you have to do. It's just, I know some of you guys do affiliate stuff, and it's a pretty strong one.
Speaking of affiliates, you described a little bit who you want. You want people that are mindset, people that are savvy investors. If we start bringing in people that put in 100,000, is that too low? I mean, I know that's the minimum. Are you really looking?
100K.
100K is okay.
Yep. And
Okay.
So 100K, if they do 1 million, they will get the 55. So 100K or 1 million. So, but we get 60, right? So everything is 5% more if you're in the elite.
Thank you.
Yep. Good question. Anybody else? All right. So I've been talking to a lot of you individually. I think most of you knew about this, but I wanted to spend a couple minutes because there'll be a push October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, that first week. And like I said, I'll get with you guys individually for those who want. And Chris, I know that you're not in it yet. So if you want to establish an account, you and I can just ping each other. We can get that up and running on the side. And anybody else that doesn't have one too. Awesome. I want to bring Mr. Michael Walding front and center to continue a little bit from the ERC discussions because we briefly talked about it last week. But Michael, do you want to bring us up to speed, and do you need screen share?
Yes, please. Yeah, I won't take long. I just want to make sure you guys have all the correct information about how to apply for your business, and then also how to apply for as an affiliate if you want to just send us other business. For example, Chris went through it. I think he had it done in 48 hours with his information and everything. Seemed pretty painless. Now we've got it even up and faster going, but I wanted to go through it with you guys to just understand what it is. Let me pull this up. So it's, can everyone see the screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So there's EIDL, there's PPP, and now there's ERC. So EIDL and PPP were loans. You owe the money back. A lot of people spent that money and are having some issues. There was a lot of fraud that went around. I'm sure you guys heard about that. Employee retention credit is just, it's just a check from the IRS. You don't have to pay it back, and you can pay it on, you can buy whatever you like with it. It doesn't matter. You are being rewarded as an employer for holding employees from 2020 through the second quarter of 2021. So 6 quarters in total, right? 4 in 2020, 2 in 2021. So you're getting rewarded for holding on to them. You're getting paid anywhere from $10,000 to $26,000 per person. It's all going to depend. 10 is the minimum. Everything else is going to depend on, did you have health insurance, life insurance? What other packages were you offering them at that time? Health insurance is massive. Those are normally around 20 to 26,000 per person per year. So if you had them in Q2 of 2020 and Q2 of 2021, that's double. Also, you can Google it online. You can go to the irs.gov to make sure it's legit. When you're going on our website, which I'll show you in a minute, we have a link to the website because people will want to make sure it's real because it sounds too good to be true. But that's why it's a really awesome thing to sell, because you don't have to sell anybody anything. You're not forcing some product down someone's throat that they're not going to buy or use or have to sell to somebody else. It's just, hey, if you had employees, you should get refunded for them. And our inflation rate's going up anyway, you might as well benefit off of it because this money's getting printed one way or another. The summary table, we can go into more depth with this if you guys are interested. I don't want to take up too much time on here today. I just want to give you guys the overview of what it is and how it works. I can send you guys a link. It's ercadvisors.net. That's our website to sign people up. But if you want to sign up as an affiliate because you want to send people, you're going to want to go to rcadvisors.net/training. And then there's marketing material on there. There's the do's and don'ts, what qualifies, what doesn't. There are little tear sheets for you to click on. There's a video, a 5-minute explainer video, affiliate link. You'll sign the contract in a W-9, so you have to pay your taxes for you if you get paid. You don't have to pay taxes on this money if you're getting it, but if you're an affiliate, you have to pay taxes on that money. If you already have PPP and EIDL money, it doesn't matter. This is irrelevant. And then also you'll sign up on there and then you'll get a link in your email. You'll just blast out your email to all your friends. What I figured out works best is just calling someone that I know has a small business. Say anywhere between 200 and 500 employees. The business owner and their spouse do not count. Everyone else counts. And I'll show you here in a second. But other than that, that's what's best. What I've realized is people, even when it's free money, they still don't take action. So I call them, say, hey, John, what's your business? What's name, email, phone number? How many employees did you have in 2020? How many did you have in 2021? Awesome. Thank you. Our one of our accountants will follow up with you shortly. They'll call them and they'll walk them through the paperwork that we need, which is, was there a supply chain disruption? It's just write it out if there was, yes or no, and what happened. There's no documentation needed. Were you shut down for any reason? Were there any 6 feet rules that you had to do that interrupted your business flow? Any social distancing rules? And then we just need their 941 forms and their quarterly payrolls. And we can get connected if they're like, hey, I don't do that. I'm the business owner, right? I don't even know well, that's cool. Just connect us with your bookkeeper or your accountant. We'll handle it. We want to make this as painless as possible, not only for you as the affiliate, but for the person, the client that you're trying to get. If they're the business owner, chances are they probably don't do all of that. And that's fine. We'll just get connected. We'll do all the work for them. All we need is those 2 forms, payroll reports, 941s. We're finished. We get it set and done. And then you guys get paid in 6 months when the IRS sends them a check. Now, when you sign up for this affiliate link, you will have access to our back-end affiliate software. That's going to keep track from everyone that goes through your link on a downline for you. So you're going to get paid off them. You can go on there and set your percentages, how much this person, so you can actually start a downline underneath you if you would like. And that way we don't have to worry about who's going to get paid in 6 months and who's not. Almost everybody has qualified. We have a 96% success rate. And common things that you'll run into are, how come my accountant can't do this? And the answer is, well, if they haven't done it already, they're not that great of an accountant because they haven't told you about it. So that's a red flag. The other thing is most accountants don't know how. There's a special 12-hour course that you're supposed to go through to make sure that they do this correctly, because you are submitting forms to the IRS. So all of our accountants are all ERC qualified. We call them ERC accountants. They don't do anything else. And if you haven't filed your tax returns, not a problem. None of this is an issue. It is so simple. And like I said, 96% of people have qualified. We've done $9 million this month in money coming towards our clients. It's the 20th.
What's the percentage that they take of the success?
The IRS has granted us 96% success.
No, I'm saying when you get money, how much does the firm take and how much does the small business get?
Oh, got it. So we charge 20% and you can charge anything up. People charge between 25 and 30 is is the range. We've seen it all over 20. I know a bunch of people doing 30, some people doing 25, all in there. So that's up to you to decide. We will let you set that on their back end. So small businesses, we normally charge 30, bigger businesses, we're going to charge less, right? If there's someone's bringing $1 million in, they get a discount. Also, if you have bigger people that have 500 employees or 200, 100, you can message me and we can work out deals, right? I have the power to make some numbers move around. So it just depends on the deal size because all the work is almost the same for us regardless. So doing work on someone that's making 20 grand versus 2 million, that's where the numbers will move around at. So all of this though is set on the back end for you. The only other thing you normally run into is, I have PPP, EIDL, none of that matters. And they're like, oh, I don't qualify because my income didn't go down. It's okay. Our accountants know every single book, every single detail in the book of what we can find for them to make sure that they get that money, because more than likely they deserve that money, right? A small business that had 4 employees during 2020 and 2021 that never laid them off, never took any breaks, et cetera, and got smashed by COVID does deserve this money because it's being printed one way or another. Other than that, yeah, you can get up to 33,000. The most we've seen is 26. And if they want, the number at the bottom of our website, rcadvisors.net, is a link right to the call center for our accountants. So if you want to speak to the admin team or the accountant team, if they have questions, they want to verify us, they're more than welcome to. And I'll get on calls with anybody at any time to make sure that we get this set up. But all you have to do as an affiliate, send out your link, have them fill out their name information, how many employees they have. We'll follow up with them since we don't need you to do anything else. Nothing else. We will follow up. You're good. Thank you for your time. Everything will be on your app for you to check, and we'll talk to you in 6 months. Does that make sense?
Michael, Laura's asking how many levels deep, and that really, it's up to the affiliate, right?
Correct. It's up to you. It naturally goes 2 levels deep, but I mean, if you're big in MLM and you want to run a downline, I mean, we have a guy that's got 9 levels deep. You can do what you want. I would just have to manually go and fix it on the back end for you. But you are already going to have 2 levels deep. So let's say you start at 20%. You want to give John 3% and Chris 2%. Cool. And then John finds someone that he wants to give 1% to. Great. Right. And this is all flowing up to you. And it's automatically calculated. So nobody has to do any extra work. And you have it on an app. And we connect to every software for this, so they don't have to upload. I mean, it's just an upload document, zoom in, or it connects with the QuickBooks, ADP, Paychecks, everything.
Awesome.
Can you give us the sign up link again on how we connect with you on this?
RC, well, let me see if it lets me write in the chat.
Should be able to.
Okay. Everyone. So it's rcadvisors.net/training. Like I said, you'll sign up on the affiliate link. There's tear sheets for you to read. There's an explainer video on the main website, rcadvisors.net. There's the IRS link for people to read. And then there's our accountant number at the bottom. Once you sign up, we will email you the link. Check your spam folder just to make sure. Sometimes it goes in there. And then sign up for the Telegram group so we can post whenever there's questions. So that way you can stay abrupt. So I'm not having to do a bunch of one-offs, if you don't mind.
And think about this, guys, too. If you get a company that gets, $500,000, $1 million back, you could always say to them, listen, I have this other investment. Why don't you take part of that money, put 100K over here, and they could help them grow that money. You pick up another 5%. So it could be a good 1-2 step to help people really come back from COVID in a big way.
Yeah, my goal is when my clients get paid to ask for 50% of the money that's free and put it into one of these funds, right? It helps them, helps us, keeps everybody winning, and it was free money regardless. So, and the last thing I want to tell you guys, there's other companies that will offer you referrals, but they are normally offering you a percentage on what they make. We are offering a percentage on what the gross total is. So if a company gets $1 million, you are getting 5 to 10% of the $1 million, not 5 to 10% of the 200 grand that we are taking. So keep that in mind, because a lot of companies will say we pay 20% to our affiliates, but it's 20% of the number that's down there, which would only be 4%. And I want to show you guys this. This is what it looks like. I had to cut off their names and emails for privacy stuff. But each row here is somebody's right. How many employees? 1, they won't qualify. 3 and 2, they're good. 2 and 2 is fine. 10 and 0 is fine, right? This is all from September 3rd on, and same with this page. This one actually shows the numbers, so you'll see how much has come in. This is just from ads. So this is all just in the past, what, 16 days? So it's super easy to get free money in. That guy got 1.1 million. So like I said, 9 million in 3 weeks because it's an easy sell, just asking people if they want the free money and if we can do their paperwork for them by just sending a link. Aura?
Michael, I'm sorry I went from my car to here, so if I missed anything, I apologize. Did you, you said that the owners don't qualify?
Owner and their spouse do not qualify.
That's discrimination, I think, but that's okay.
I agree.
Okay. No getting around that.
You can call the number at the bottom and talk to the accountant and see if there's other extenuating circumstances. Are you talking about if you own a business with just you as the sole employee, or if you own a business with 30 and you're one of them?
No, just myself.
Yeah. As of right now, we haven't been able to get that. They strictly want you to have the owner to have taken on responsibility to retain employees. So if you retain yourself, kind of doesn't really fit the narrative.
Yeah, I was taking responsibility for myself, but that's not okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
The government doesn't teach that. They don't teach taking responsibility.
Guys,
just
what
for
I would
just for the record, I identify as an employee.
Chris, did they let you count? Chris went through it. Chris came in, I sent him the link. He filled it out. He got it and stuff done. And I want to say it was all done with his account and everything in 48 hours. Am I correct, Chris?
Yeah, we did it really quick.
Yeah. Was it easy, painless? Was it?
It's always easy and painless when I delegate it to somebody within my organization.
See, that's how easy it is. We asked to speak to the business owner to make sure it's okay. He's got to sign off. Other than that, just connect us to your bookkeeper, your accountant, or your assistant. We don't need you. Go back to job, go back to your work, and retain more of your employees. So this is the easiest sell. We're just giving away free money and just asking if we can do the paperwork.
Awesome. Thanks, Michael. From here, guys, if you have any other questions, get with Michael on the side. I do want to give Ivan a chance to chat about his purpose. He has basically it's like a purpose, defining your purpose strategy. Michael actually went through it. And Michael, if you want to chat a little bit about your experience on that, and then we'll have Ivan come on. From what you were telling me, it's just absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah, I had a great time. Ivan was kind enough to, am I unmuted?
You're good.
Okay. Ivan was kind enough to go over this with me and take an hour of his time. So he asked me to share this with you. So I'll share my screen again. I'll show you guys mine. It's fine. Share screen. All right. So I won't get too deep into how it's done. I'll let him do it. I'll just show you what I did. So first thing, there's a bunch of words here that they're missing now because you make the verbs that don't interest you in white, the second ones that you had remain that you put in orange, and then you're going to start color coding them. And what you're doing is you're finding, what he helped me do is you're finding verbs that resonate with you. And you start whittling them down to where you find 4 verbs that resonate with you the most. I picked achieve.
And Michael, maybe you want to read there the enthusiasm, like that enthusiasm, and read that definition, please.
Oh, sure. So you're going to paint green the 3 that really incite or enthusiast. I don't even know the word.
Give you enthusiasm.
He wants to go over here. It's been a while since I was in the spelling bee. And it means be inspired or possessed by a god based on theos, which is God. So you really wanted, I did this in quiet, I did this alone, and I took it very seriously. And it took me an hour to get through it because I changed some words around. I went back and the words that I picked were achieve, provide, to live, and glow up. And I'll explain why I picked them. They're one in each column. There's other words that I liked and other words that are very similar. So with achieve, there's also gain, there's also ascend, there's also to create, there's also to acquire. Acquire is very close. But I picked achieve because to me, when you achieve something, you are outwardly going and getting something. Whereas when you gain, you are pulling in. When you acquire, you are pulling in. And ascend kind of wasn't as it didn't resonate as much with me. And so achieve meant that I was always going forward and doing something greater, right? Achieving something, right? You can acquire things as you achieve them. So that to me covered all of those words. Second one, provide. Now with provide, that is how I love providing for my family, my loved ones, my friends. Like I love being the provider and the head of the table, if you will. That meant a lot to me. And there's other words here that are similar, but providing is a word that stuck out the most. The next one is to live. There's no point in achieving a lot of things and greatness and whatever it may be for you, insert word here, or to be able to provide for others if you're not living, right? There's more to life than just achieving, and there's more to life than just providing. So I want to live my life to the fullest. So to live is to get out and to go do things, especially for me to travel. Right, to go.
And Michael, something that is important there that I just realized, and I didn't share it with you yesterday, is that if you just go deep in the definition of living, which you selected one of the verbs, to live is to have and follow in a purpose, and that's all. So if you just dig into that, having a purpose is so important because it's related to the level of your life. Because if we use the definition, to live is to have and following a purpose, and that's all, then you need this purpose very well laid out, and that enthusiasm you, like bring God inside of you, which is the origin of the word. So please continue.
Agreed. And then the last one is glow up, which I didn't really understand what the word meant, but sounded cool. So I Googled it. And it means a major and impressive transformation in one's appearance, talent, or power, a positive personal transformation. So to me, that is the person I become as I achieve, the person I become as I provide and as I live and as I study this material, and just the person I've become since I started this exactly 2 years ago this month is the glow up, right? Is a before and after photo of who I was and who I'm going to be. And that's what I want to see in my life is where I started, where I'm at, and where I'm going. So the word glow up was the choice, and I thought it was really cool. So second is your life's purpose. This is nouns, and I went through these. I'll let Ivan go through a little bit more in depth, but I picked family, finances, and trips. My family means the most to me, but my family is also not just my blood. My family is anyone in my life that I spend time with, right? My friends, my family, my loved ones, whatever you guys like to call. You guys are my family, right? I give you my time. I give you my energy. You are my family. And so those people in my circle are what I counted. Finances, I enjoy business. I enjoy making money. I enjoy how all of that works and seeing other people thrive as well, right? I love seeing other people make money at the same time. Then the trips, that goes back to living. I want to have family, money, and what am I going to do with them? Well, I want to go on trips. I want to enjoy the world. I want to see this whole world. There's so much to offer, right? The universe is amazing, and I want to see every part of it. And then you added these together, and Ivan made a great point. He said purpose versus goal. Driving from Miami to New York City, the highway to New York City is the purpose, that's the why. New York City is the goal, that's the what, and driving is the how. So my purpose, when you add these verbs and nouns, and we played with them, is to glow up by achieving finances for myself and my loved ones to provide a better life to be able to travel with them. And when we spoke before I did this, I gave him a very similar sentence. He asked me, and it was, to become successful enough to take people in my life, on vacations and on yachts and treat them with the fruits of my labor. And that this way it whittles it down to verbs and nouns that fit exactly what I thought my purpose was. And now it's much more refined. So thank you so much, Ivan, for your time. And I'll let him, finish going over this with you. Do you want the screen, Ivan?
Yes, please. And Michael, you did an amazing job, because even that I was, going deeply and push you to think deep and deep and deep and, pinpointing the different conversations we had, you achieved that by yourself. And that's the most important thing, because now you feel much more aligned in your life. And that's the purpose of this exercise. So I want to basically offer to any one of you that wants to do it, because it cannot be done by yourself just in the computer. It requires a conversation and so on. And I am willing to help you, any of you that you want to go through that process with me. So shoot me an email or a text, and we will schedule a time, and we will do it, because there is a specific way on how we do it. So it took like 2 or 3 meetings with Michael for a total of anywhere between 1 to 2 hours plus his hour that he did on himself. So you really need to feel that you don't have that purpose that glows up on you, or that have that God inside you that you want to live for. That if you feel that you have the same purpose now and 50 years from now, doesn't matter if you have $1 billion in your bank account, $5 billion, 3 yachts, helicopters, jets, whatever. that doesn't matter at all. That you will be feeling happy. Doesn't matter if you are living in any environment that you're living, because you will feel that you will wake up to live that purpose. And that's the power of that. And so I am here to help any one of you that wants to achieve that thing that we accomplished with Michael this week.
Ivan, thank you so much for that. And I'm just curious, what is your final phrase? Do you have that handy, or do you know it by heart?
Yes, I know it by heart. It's to design and enhance organizations for the improvement of humanity.
Mm.
And if you see, for me, it came, design is something that I love. To enhance is something that I love. Another verb that came to me was improve. And then humanity is big for me, and organizations is super big for me. So I love organizations because I love group. I love to empower groups, and I love humanity as a whole. So I got that purpose when I was, I found it when I was like 19 or 20 years old, doing this exact same exercise with a friend of mine that he had it. So he helped me the same way that I'm helping Michael now. So that's basically the base of the creation of Pilantro Investors and all my companies, is because I found that purpose. It says to design, enhance organizations to improve the humanity. So that's basically everything around my life is around that purpose. And it's just beautiful because it's what I do every day.
I love it. So I would say anybody that if you don't have your purpose, I'm going to go through that with you, Ivan. Anyway, we're going down to see Ivan Thursday for 4 or 5 days. So we're going to spend some time on that. I'm going to go through that exercise. I think I have my purpose locked in, but I'd be curious, like Michael, to run it through that matrix to get maybe some different wordings and maybe discover different pieces of it. But if anybody wants to, just get with Ivan, and sounds like he's willing to spend some time. Any questions about the ERC, get with Michael. And if anybody has any questions about the gold fund and what we talked about, just get with me and I'll spend some time on a Zoom with you. And like I said, I'll be reaching out to all of you existing account holders before the end of the month with some instructions if you want to move forward, and we can get on a Zoom and I can hold your hand through it. Anybody have any questions on anything before we wrap up? All good in the hood? Awesome. Well, Michael, thank you for sharing the revenue stream. Ivan, thank you for sharing your heart as always. And have a great week, everybody. We'll see you soon. Till next time, be well and God bless.
Yeah. See you, Brian, on Thursday.
I can't wait. We're going to ride jet skis, brother.
Bye.
See ya.
I don't have camera because of the internet connection in Puerto Rico. But
that's okay. See you, bud.
Okay. Bye.